I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, November 1st. Well, today is the last day of early in-person voting for the November 5th presidential election. Registered Quincy voters may cast ballots at Quincy City Hall today from 8:30 to 4:30. Monday at noontime is the last day to cast an absentee ballot, and then in-person voting takes place on Election Day next Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at all 31 precincts in Quincy. Mail-in ballots must be received at the city clerk's office by Tuesday at 8 p.m. There is a ballot drop box located outside City Hall. City Clerk Nicole Crispo anticipates a turnout of at least 72% of the 67,000-plus registered voters in Quincy. Well, you can expect a lot of activity around the Quincy Adams MBTA station on Sunday as first responders conduct a drill. You may see activity as early as 6 a.m. The actual drill begins at 10 a.m. First responders will be practicing responding to an incident with a Red Line train. Police, fire, and ambulance personnel will be involved in the drill along with volunteer civilians. The drill will involve practicing for extrication, treatment of injured riders, and the evacuation of passengers. The drill will last until noon. However, Red Line service will be suspended between Braintree and Quincy Adams on Sunday until 2 p.m. Buses will be replacing the trains. A Weymouth man has been convicted of drunk driving charges related to a head-on crash in 2019 that seriously injured the driver of an SUV in Weymouth. 24-year-old James Batts was found guilty this week of driving negligently under the influence of alcohol and causing serious bodily injury after a 5-day jury trial in Norfolk Superior Court. Batts was driving a Jeep that crashed head-on into the victim's SUV shortly after 10:30 p.m. on October 2nd of 2019 in the area of 1400 Main Street, Route 18 in Weymouth. The driver of the SUV, a 58-year-old man, and his passenger, a 54-year-old woman, both from Abington, were taken to South Shore Hospital for treatment of their injuries. Batts is scheduled to be sentenced on November 5th. A man has been arrested for allegedly spray painting a swastika on a political sign supporting former President Donald Trump at the home of a Republican official in Cohasset. Frederick Laidlaw was identified as the man who painted the Nazi symbol on the sign posted on Route 3A through a video shared with investigators from the social media site Nextdoor, according to a report from Cohasset Police. Laidlaw allegedly apologized before being taken into custody on a charge of defacing property. After discovering the hate symbol on his political sign on Wednesday, Kevin O'Donnell, chair of the Cohasset Republican Town Committee, denounced its use. Steve Kerrigan, chair of the Massachusetts Democratic Party, also denounced the vandalism. There has been an increase in sign thefts and vandalism in the lead-up to the 2024 election across Massachusetts and across the political spectrum. Severe fall drought conditions in Massachusetts have worsened, expanding across communities that have been stricken by stubborn wildfires in recent days, according to the latest data from the U.S. Drought Monitor. An updated map released yesterday showed at least 56% of the state in a moderate drought, and over 13% of the state suffering from a severe drought, a drastic jump from last week. Parts of Norfolk, Middlesex, and Essex counties, including Quincy, are in severe drought, while nearly all of central and western Massachusetts is seeing moderate drought conditions. Northern Bristol and northern Plymouth counties are experiencing an abnormally dry season. Southeastern Mass, the Cape and Islands are not impacted. The weekly update comes as firefighters continue to monitor dozens of wildfires across the state that have burned up hundreds of acres of land in recent days. Earlier this week, State Department of Fire Services said nearly 50 brush fires were burning statewide. Total rainfall in the Boston area is down more than 5 inches below where we should be since the start of the season, while the Worcester area is down 7 inches. Well, after more than 2 decades leading the 4th largest archdiocese in the country, Cardinal Sean O'Malley saying goodbye. His successor, Bishop Richard Henning, held his first prayer service Wednesday night at St. Anthony of Padua Parish in Revere in advance of his formal installation yesterday. A mass of installation for Henning was celebrated at the cathedral yesterday. About 1,400 guests, including 500 priests, were in attendance. The mass began with Henning knocking 3 times on the front door of the cathedral. He was met by O'Malley at the door. Short time later, Henning was installed as the 7th Archbishop of Boston. He showed the congregation the apostolic mandate that he received from the Vatican, the Pope's call for him to serve the 4th largest archdiocese in the United States. Henning has led the Diocese of Providence for the last year and vows to continue O'Malley's mission. O'Malley was appointed by Pope Benedict to lead the Boston Archdiocese in 2003 in the wake of the clergy sex abuse scandal. He was also tapped by the Vatican to head a panel looking into the church's efforts to address clergy sex abuse victims. Over the last 20 years, O'Malley has emphasized the need to support survivors. And in his homily yesterday, Henning did not shy away from the issue, saying that this is a wounded church. Former Boston Mayor Ray Flynn, who served as United States ambassador to the Holy See in the mid-1990s, was in attendance yesterday. He said he thinks Henning will do a great job serving the Archdiocese. Now, Quincy's 2 high school varsity girls volleyball teams have qualified for postseason play. Both will host home games tonight. Quincy High School girls volleyball team earned a berth in the Division I MIAA state tournament. The Presidents are the number 15 seed. They'll be hosting number 18 Wellesley in the round of 32 at 5:30 this afternoon at Quincy High School. And the North Quincy High girls volleyball team earning a berth into the Division II MIAA state tournament. The Raiders are the 16th seed. They'll host number 17 Walpole in the round of 32 at 5:30 at North Quincy High School. The Quincy College men's basketball team will play all of their home games at Quincy High School this year as Eastern Nazarene College prepares to close at the end of the year. Some home games were also played at the Southwest Middle School in the past. The Granite men's basketball team will open their season tonight at Monroe University in New York, then face Springfield Technical Community College for their home opener on November 7th at Quincy High School. It was a very happy Halloween yesterday for about 300 children on the South Shore, thanks to Interfaith Social Services of Quincy's annual costume giveaway. Generous donors provided brand new costumes, masks, and accessories to children of Interfaith's food pantry clients to help them enjoy Halloween and take some of the financial burden off of their families. Last week, volunteers arranged the costumes for children to browse and select their favorite. It is one of many seasonal drives that Interfaith runs, including a holiday gift program, free backpacks and school supplies, and a spring bunny baskets giveaway aimed at bringing joy to children and peace of mind for their families. The Quincy Police Department's Thanksgiving food drive is taking place through November 21st. Non-perishable food donations may be dropped off at the police station lobby and the Academy Room. Donations will be distributed by the food pantry at St. John's Rectory. Quincy Symphony Orchestra's Classical Concert No. 1 will take place this Sunday at 2:30 in the auditorium at Quincy High School. You can visit quincysymphonorchestra.org for more information. A check of business news this morning. Stocks pulled back yesterday. The Dow was down 378 points. The Nasdaq dropped 512. The S&P lost 108. Asian stocks are also down. The euro fell, and oil is trading at $70 a barrel. Sports, the Hurricanes blew away the Bruins last night in Carolina, 8-2. The Bees will be in Philly tomorrow at 1. Celtics are in Charlotte tonight at 7 o'clock. Patriots at Tennessee Sunday at 1. Forecast from the National Weather Service today: partly cloudy, windy, and warm. The high of 76 degrees. For tonight's blustery, partly cloudy, lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly sunny and cooler, high of 55. Sunny, 53 for a high on Sunday. And mainly cloudy on Monday with a high of 54. The marine forecast calling for 2-foot waves. That southwest wind at 10 to 15 knots will become westerly, 15 to 20, gusting to 25 knots today, making for a danger for brush fires high. Once again, there was a red flag warning in effect. High tide today, 11:57 a.m., just before noon. Sun rose at 7:17, sets at 5:36. Reminder, daylight saving time comes to an end Sunday at 2 a.m. Set your clocks back 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night. I'm Joe Catalano with an AM Quincy news update for Friday, November 1st.